Hey guys, Jason here. Thanks for tuning in to Building in Public Video 3. This video is going to be quite long because it's going to contain the new process that my business and my team have been using to write SEO optimized legal articles for our clients that get them ranking, not just blog articles ranking, but also their service pages ranking as well. So that's a little bit further down in this video. One thing I want to do with these build in public videos is discuss one business insight or learning that I've had recently or have been developing over time. So I'll start off with that first, and then I'll talk about the main topic, and then I'll talk about the actual the questions on YouTube as well that you guys have been leaving me. So I got a few questions on YouTube already. Thanks so much everyone for leaving that. It's always great to see the comments, and then love to help you guys out and just provide my own thoughts about the answers. So one business learning that I only had this morning, but I kind of always knew was improvement sucks, right? What do I mean by that? That just came out. That just came up in my head. Recently, I had a client. They said they wanted to do something a little bit differently in terms of one of the deliverables that we were providing them month to month. And the first initial reaction I had was a sense of defensiveness and being attacked. And that's a personal thing that I deal with. I take a lot of things as criticism, in a very unhealthy way sometimes, and so that's the first reaction. And I gave the email to my partner to read, and she was, she's like, it's a good email, it's polite, they gave suggestions, etc. And she was completely right. The email was not an attack at all. It was just some suggestions on how they want things to be done, and every single one of those suggestions was an improvement on how we were doing things. And when I was thinking about it a few days afterwards, I realized that it was actually just an opportunity for me to get better, and there's actually nothing wrong with that. The feelings that I had, the initial gut feeling that I had when I read the email, was completely unjustified, and you know and it sucked, and I hated that feeling, and something that I'm dealing with constantly that I want to remove, and I just want to take things a little bit more chill. And what really made me think that had that switch of, oh, this is just an opportunity for me to improve, is I was speaking with one of my managers in the business, and she manages her own team, and she's telling me how she's doing a lot of things that they should be doing. There's some things that they're not doing correctly, and I just told her, look, that just tell them what they're doing wrong, find out what they're currently doing, and then advise them on and guide them on how to do it correctly, so they know what to do next time. And that was feedback, just like how my client was telling me feedback. That's feedback that I was telling her to tell her team. And I was thinking, there's no reason for her team members to not want to take that advice, because it's just something that they can do to be better. And to not there's no reason to don't want to get better at what you're doing. It's just improvement. And thinking about it as a business owner towards my own team just made me realize, hey, my client giving me that email with the suggestions is the same thing, just giving suggestions on trying to get better. And yeah, and for me, it's more of a personal thing of trying to deal with that initial defensiveness that I always feel with any feedback. I don't know, I might have to talk to a therapist or something, or dig deeper into it in the future. But that's just one thing that I realized recently. It's any feedback, suggestions is just feedback and suggestions for you to get better, and they're not saying you're bad. They're not saying you're a terrible person or anything like that. So, hopefully that was helpful. It's definitely something that I want to remember for forever. So yeah, so that's that business lesson or insight out of the way. Let's talk about the new process of writing SEO optimized articles for my law firm clients. So, and I'm looking on the screen. There's some people who are interested, right, in, like Jonathan John 1979, looking forward to your full 2025 process and the differences between your new one and your old one. So here it is. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll share my screen. There's another screen I'll be sharing. All right, so what we're looking on the screen at the moment is a platform called MindPal. So this is actually a lifetime deal that I bought like 10 months ago. But MindPal allows us to create AI agents, and the new process heavily depends on these new AI agents that I've created over the span of, let's just say, 5 to 8, 9 months. Essentially, the whole bulk of 2024, I was creating these AI agents, upgrading them, testing them, and so they play a pivotal role in the actual writing of the articles and SEO optimizing of the articles actually as well. So let's go through it. So the first thing that my team does and what I do, because I also write articles, is well, we have two workflows, right? So one workflow is called the AI blog outline generator, and the second workflow is the AI article writing skip outline. So the first workflow here creates the blog outline of the article, and then the second workflow uses that blog outline and then actually writes each topic in that outline one by one. So yeah, so yeah, and then I'll show you what the outline. I'll show you what the workflow looks like. So I'll do a new run for the blog outline generator, and then it'll come up with a whole bunch of different fields that we complete. So there's a blog topic that we need to complete. So we type in the blog topic that we want to talk about, and then the name of the client. This is so we could have a call to action that's more bespoke that actually includes the name of the client. And then we have a field for must include subtopics. So these are topics that we want to include in the blog outline in case there are certain topics we want to be included in the blog outline. It's optional, as you can see. And then the target audience is essentially the target audience. It's pretty general. We could just type in here, like if it's traffic law blog article, we'll type in something like drivers in New South Wales, or if it's a domestic violence topic, then we could type in something like people accused with domestic violence or something like that, very general. The additional notes and instructions. This is an opportunity for us to tell the AI how we want to, if there's any sort of direction or focus, any particular focus we want the blog outline to target, right? So in case we've been doing some research in the topic and we know that there's three different things that we really need to cover, then we will try to include it here. And then the H1, H2, and H3 keywords, and then the meta title and the meta description keywords. So these are the keywords that we ideally want the AI article the AI blog outline generator to include in the H1 title of the article, as well as the H2 and H3 subtitles of the article. And so where do we get these? Well, this is where Neuron Writer comes in. So we go to Neuron Writer. I've already created a query, and so yeah, we go to the terms tab on the right hand side. We click on headings, and then this is where we get the H1 and H2, H3 key terms. So we just copy that, and then I'll literally just paste it into here, right? And then we'll copy the H2/H3 terms, and then we'll paste that into here. And then what this blog outline generator does, it also generates a few variations of meta titles and meta descriptions for the blog outline. So for the blog itself. So just in case you don't know, meta descriptions and meta titles, that's the title and the description of the article or the search result that appears in Google directly. So it's it's the first two things that someone will be seeing when they Google something and your search result and the website shows up in the search results. And so we also go to Neuron Writer, click on the title field, and we copy the meta title meta title keywords, and we paste it into there, and then we copy the meta description keywords, and then we paste it into here. So next we include the existing articles as resources. So we do some research on the topic that we are writing about, and then we'll literally just copy paste all the resources that we want the AI to draw information from to actually write the article. So in this case, let's just say that the topic of the article is how to fix mold in an apartment. We'll just search for how to fix mold in an apartment. This is not necessarily a legal topic, but it's just an example. We will let's just go to any one of these. We'll try to find. You know what? Let me find another one. We'll mold in strata apartment, what to do. So that's something a little bit more targeted towards the actual article we will be writing about. We'll copy that. Well, sorry, not copy. We'll open up a lot of these in a new tab, and then we will review the actual content. If it's good, we will literally just copy it and then paste it into a markdown format. So this is another website that we use as part of the AI article writing workflow. We'll get the online markdown editor, which converts regular formatted text into markdown text, markdown formatted text, which is this on the screen. So with all the hashtags and stuff. So we like to do this before we give all the content to the AI article writing workflow, because the AI and LLMs in general read markdown formatted content much easier than trying to decipher from just regular formatted content, if that makes sense. So we won't copy everything. We will, let's just say we'll copy just the content itself, and then we'll paste it in here. Right, so this is what it'll look like if it's regular formatted, and then we copy the markdown formatted text and we paste it into the resource field. And then we do that for all the articles that we think is a good resource for the topic that we want to talk about. And it doesn't have to be existing articles from other websites. It could be, and very often it'll be like legislation. Just literally just go to the Corporations Act. I'll just type in section 127. We go to Audley, and then we just copy the legislation as well, if it's relevant. And we'll copy that, go to Markdown, editor, paste it in there, and then we'll copy the Markdown formatted version of that page, and then paste it in as the existing article. Sometimes we would have to download PDF resources. So the Australian Securities ASIC, Australian Securities and Investments Commission, they have a lot of guides in PDF format. So ASIC regulatory guide, let's just say 217. I don't know what it is. These are fantastic resources to include in the articles that we write because it's very dense, it has a lot of information, and it's probably the most trustworthy source that we could use, which is a government website. And then we would convert this PDF into a Word format. So let me just go to, let me open up RG. Okay, here we go. So this is the Word format of that PDF. I'll just convert it using Nitro PDF or something like that. And then I'll copy the entire regulatory guide. I mean, how many pages? It's like 55 pages, so very dense sometimes. And then I would go to Markdown editor. I'll paste in the entire guide into the Markdown editor. And then let's just wait. And then I'll copy the Markdown format, no matter how ugly it is, and then paste it into as another resource. And then once I complete all that, all these form fields, I will just press start, and then it'll create the blog outline. So I won't do it live, but I have brought up one already. So where is it? Here it is. So this is on a topic called "Does cryptocurrency need an AFS license?" As you can see, I've included all the different details here, and then it's created the blog outline. And the blog outline has been prompted to provide in a specific format with, with H1, H2, and H3 at the beginning of each title, and then just being very clear about what each subtitle is, and also in italics, it will actually explain what that topic will be talking about based on the information that we provided it. And then that's the blog outline. And then if we like the blog outline, we can regenerate. We can regenerate the blog outline with this MindPal workflow. Just click on regenerate and just type in whatever we like, and then it will regenerate with the revised version that we like to have. And then we paste in the blog outline that we like, and then it would then generate the meta title and the meta description based on the blog outline. So it's giving 10 different variations of the meta title and then 10 different variations of the meta description, all trying to incorporate as many of the meta title and meta description keywords that we included in the initial form fields. So right here, meta title keywords and meta description keywords. So that is the first part done, creating the blog outline. Next, we then use the article writing workflow to actually write the article itself. So when I do a new run for that one, you can see here a lot of the fields are very similar. So we type in the blog topic. Here we got to actually paste in the blog outline. So we just paste in the blog outline, name of the client, target audience, etc., etc. The high priority paragraph keywords and the regular priority paragraph keywords is just the same thing as when we go to Neuronider. We go to terms, we go to article, and then there's the basic terms. That's the high priority, and then there's the extended terms. That's the low priority. And then I would paste that all into here, and then I'll paste in the same resources into these resource fields, and then I'll press run. And then what this article writing workflow will do is I've got a previous version already up and running. You can see here that all these form fields have been completed, and then what it'll do firstly as a first step is it'll regenerate the blog outline in Markdown. There's a very specific reason that I do that, but for the purpose of this video, you don't need to know why. And then as each individual step, it will write each H2 topic. So you can see here, it's written the introduction. And then the next step, we tell it to, we tell it to write the second topic, and we paste in the second topic that we wanted to write about, and then it'll write the second topic, and it's written in a way that that I know my clients like, and it's also quite optimized for better reading and then user experience, because it incorporates lists, it incorporates bolding, it incorporates multiple H3s to break up the topic. And it also incorporates the as many of the basic and extended terms that NeuronWriter has said we should include in their article. So that's kind of the process, right? And then we just keep going down the blog outline, just creating every single every single topic in the article. There's two more things after that. The first one is sometimes the AI writer doesn't really write it in a way that's easy to read. For example, this is a good example of how it can be done better. So this is just two thick paragraphs, and it's not that great at reading. We'd much rather include lists, or at least break up those paragraphs into multiple paragraphs, so it's just a bit easier to skim and read. Just better user experience, which means that the blog reader would stay on the website for longer. So what we would do is I would copy the markdown version of this topic that was written by the AI article writing workflow, and then I would go to any LLM wrapper. I use Merlin, so this is just a platform that includes multiple different AI models that you can use. For this one, I actually got, it's like 5 or 6 USD a month, so it's really really cheap, and it's like unlimited usage. And then what I do is I have a prompt template. So on the left hand side, you can see there's a prompt template for structure. And then I just submit that prompt, that first initial prompt, asking it to split longer paragraphs into smaller paragraphs, try to incorporate as many lists as you can without just using lists, right? And a few other things. And then I use O1 Mini as the preferred model. It's quick. It's got some reasoning capabilities, so the responses are usually a bit better than the old like GPT-4 or GPT-4 Turbo LLMs, or even Claude. And then it will ask me to paste in the original draft of the topic I want to be revised. I paste it in, and then write it'll give me a revised version of that draft with these improvements that I had requested. So in this case, you can see here, I pasted in the original draft that had two thick paragraphs per H3 topic, and then it has separated that into three paragraphs for the first H3 topic, and then four paragraphs for the second H3 topic. So just small things like that, I don't have to manually do myself. I'll just paste it in and get O1 Mini to do it for me. Sometimes it will also include lists as well. So in this example here, I pasted in the original draft that has just two paragraphs for the entire H2 topic, and then when it revised it, it gave me the second the second H3 topic has a list in it. So it just helps with the readability, right? The user experience. So and then what I do now is I just essentially copy that into NeuronWriter. Copy that into NeuronWriter. Let's go to NeuronWriter. And then, yeah, it's all formatted nicely, has a bolding, etc. And that is it. I just paste in each topic as it gets written by the AI agent, and as improved by the prompt, and then paste it in here. And then at the end, it will just be an entire article pasted into NeuronWriter, and then it will give me a score um, based on the NeuronWriter's formula. And I don't do anything with a score. If it's less than the target score, I don't do anything. I don't try to stuff in more keywords to reach the score. If it's a little bit lower, I don't care, because um, at that point it it's already been optimized well enough, and I don't want to spend more time trying to add in keywords just mandatorily, just arbitrarily, sorry, to reach a high score. I've written enough articles using NeuronWriter to know that reaching the high score doesn't really mean much. It's just a very, very, very small indication of how well optimized the article is, but it's not a necessity. So if it doesn't reach the high score, we don't do anything about it. We still send it onto the WordPress website. So yeah, that is essentially how we write articles now. We use AI agents to create the blog outline, um, and then we use AI agents to write each individual topic in that blog outline, and then we use a prompt to uh, to uh, to to fix up some of the first drafts of of each topic, so it's a little bit easier to read with lists and tables and split paragraphs from one initial big bulky thick paragraph. So yeah, that's how we use NeuroWriter. Really, we just use it for the keywords. We literally just get it for the keywords, and then we just get a good indication of how well SEO optimized it is based on the score. But we don't do anything if we don't reach the score. It's just not that important. Um, we don't use any of the outline tools. We don't use any of the AI writing tools. And I don't even look at the entities. I don't even know how it works. We really just use it for to get the headings, keywords, the article keywords, and the meta title keywords. Um, and that's all we use NeuroWriter for. And for that purpose, it's been great. Um, yeah, so that is the entire process of writing articles now for the clients that we serve, and it's doing really well. We take around 90 minutes max to write per article. Um, Obviously, we still need people to operate these agents and just do a manual check, fix the spelling errors. We actually use language tool, the browser plugin, browser add-on language tool to fix any American English spelling into Australian English spelling. But that's about it. Um, so hopefully you guys found this helpful. It's certainly a lot more different and a lot more automated to compared to the old process that I was showing in my previous YouTube videos. Let me find one. It was, where is it? It was that 1 hour video that I showed my entire process. But that was like 10 months ago. It was, yeah, 1 hour step-by-step tutorial. That's severely outdated now. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. MindPal is an awesome tool. MindPal.space. If you want an AI agent building platform, check out MindPal. I'm not affiliated with them. There's no affiliate link. Maybe I should include one, but check it out. They don't have a lifetime deal anymore, but honestly, I would still pay their monthly. Uh, I'll still pay their monthly price just to keep using these AI agents because it's like these AI agents save so much time and they're so much more accurate as well. And a quick tip is I like using the reasoning models from Gemini and GPT because they just have that extra layer of making sure that the instructions that we provided are followed through. So you'll notice here, you can see here, I actually have Gemini for both of these AI agents. So, uh, and Gemini is really good as well because it has like a 1 million token window. So it allows you to put so much resources, massive PDFs with so many words in it, and then it will just ingest it all and accurately pick out the information that's correct and everything like that. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's talk about the questions on my YouTube channel. Let's go here. Great. Okay, let's start with leading leads SEO. Hi Jason, love the video. When clients come to you and you tell them that you're building their website for them in a lead generating asset, a common question I imagine would be, how long is this going to take? Slash, how much do I have to invest to see an ROI? What do you tell clients who ask you such a question, and how do they typically respond? Um, Thanks so much for the question, leading leads SEO. So when they hop on a sales call with me, they already kind of know that that we'll be building a website for them. So before we actually hop on the sales call, I actually cold call them, and the pitch is, you can steal it from me. The pitch is, hey, would it be worth a chat if I could get your website to start sending you leads for free every single day or every single week? And they'll pick the interest and they'll get them on the sales call. And then I tell them, so what we do is we build your website as an asset, and it will over time it would start bringing in leads organically without you having to pay any advertising fees, any advertising costs every single week. um, and then they ask, how does it do that? And I'll say, with SEO. And then at that point, um, most of the prospects, they would have heard SEO before. As business owners, they would have looked into SEO, so they know it would take time. And so that objection of how long it will take, it's going to take too short of a time. It's they're already kind of expected to take a bit longer than Google Ads, or severely longer than Google Ads, especially if they operate in a very competitive niche like criminal law or traffic law or family law or wills and estates. Um, and so when I do say, hey, look, it's going to take 6 months, 8 months, etc., they kind of expect that, right? How do I deal with? I mean, it doesn't sound great in the sense that it's going to take months, half a year, maybe even a year. So what I do is I then soften the blow a little bit and say, well, it's going to take it's going to take at least 6 months from our experience. But we will throw in a free website for you if you stick it out for those 6 months. And that free website is valued like $5,000, $6,000. We rebuild everything. We rewrite all the content. We get the design that you want. It's an opportunity for you to refresh your website the way you wanted to have it done ever since the beginning, etc. And all you have to do is stay for those 6 months to really see it out. And so giving that free website to them incentivizes them to give this a go. And because they get some value immediately up front. And so even if they do cancel, even if they can't afford the month to month repayments of month to month repayments is actually the month to month payments for the 6 months, they at least get some value out of it. And so that's how I would address it. Is look, it's going to take. I tell them the truth. It's going to take 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, but I'll give you this thing for free if you stick it out, and it's all benefits for them. It's all value for them. There's nothing in it for me. All that's in it for me, and I tell them this is I get to prove that this works for you, and by doing that, you already get a free website, and you get all these blog articles written for you as well. So it's a win-win situation either way. In terms of how much that you have to invest, I then tell them the price, but I break it down to them. And I say, this is the price, but this is what it includes. And I say it includes this many articles, it includes this action every month, it includes this deliverable every month. So they see more on a more granular level the value that they're getting, as opposed to just saying a price and saying, yeah, this includes management fees, and oh, this includes this and that. It includes some nebulous thing that's not clearly defined as a metric. That's a lot harder for them to justify that month to month payment. So breaking that month to month payment down into actual deliverables has helped a lot for me and for my clients and prospects to understand, okay, so this is what I'm getting every month. So it's just easier for them to justify spending that money every month. So hopefully that was helpful leading leads. I checked out your YouTube channel, bunch of Asian lads in Melbourne. Great to see you checking out my videos. It's an open invitation if you want. We could even do a podcast together if you'd like, because I can see you're doing SEO as well. So think about it. I'm pretty chill. So let me. Yeah. The other thing is, every time I respond to a question on YouTube, I'm just going to heart it, just to indicate to you that I've responded. So Dodo Man, hi mate, just came across the channel. You're doing so well. Thanks so much, Dodo Man. Can I ask what's your LTD tech stack? So lifetime deal tech stack. I'll actually make a video for that tomorrow. There's quite a lot to unpack, so I don't think I'll have time in this video, but I will definitely make a video for that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. Jonathan, looking forward to your full 2025 process. I've done that for you in this video, so hopefully you enjoy that and the differences between your new and old one. Also, some questions. Could you share if you do any soloing or interlinking structure? I don't do any soloing beyond having blog articles that are related to a specific service page actually linking into actually internally linking to that service page. That's the only soloing that I do. And the interlinking structure, not really. I just kind of, and I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube on proper interlinking structure and stuff, but it takes so much time to do. So all I do is I just have a list of previously written articles and the URLs for each of those lists. And then for every article that I write, or every article that my team writes, they would interlink to the service pages that are relevant, and then any sort of blog article topics that are actually directly relevant to any sentence in that article that they're currently working on. That's about it. And we do it manually as well. All the AI-powered interlinking, internal linking tools just they don't really quite understand the actual content of the articles. And so sometimes they interlink to things that's just not that relevant. And the anchor text that they use as well sometimes is just a bit too, it's just not relevant either. So yeah, who are the SEOers that you've learned from and whose teachings have inspired your own process? So there's quite a few. So there's Sir Links-a-Lot. So let me just search up Sir Links-a-Lot. That's one of them. They help a lot with backlinks as well as yeah, so links a lot. They're pretty good with stuff on backlinks, internal linking, as well as a bit of content as well, like especially using AI content. So I watched them quite a bit. The second one is Jackie from Indexy. So this guy is like one of my virtual mentors, essentially. But he does a lot of SEO stuff as well, and is actually the inspiration for me doing these building public videos. And then um, and then yeah, those are the two main ones that I always trust. There's like Matt Diggity, but I sometimes watch his videos if if I just need something quickly, like just to understand something quickly. Like when I was doing internal linking, I just wanted a quick video to understand what the fuck it was. Why did I swear? But yeah, what it was and everything. So I just type in internal linking, how to do, and then it would come up, right? Or Ahrefs would come up, or rank math would come up as well. So I'd say the third one I would watch mostly is rank math. They're pretty good with their with their tutorial videos on how to use um, the rank math plugin. So yeah. Um, and do you use any other tools besides NeuronWriter? Absolutely. I'll actually cover that in tomorrow's video with my lifetime deal tech stack. But in this video, you already saw I use MindPal and I use Merlin as well for the AI article writing process. So thanks so much, John, for commenting. And then Adrian, um, watched your latest video, was impressed with the progress over the past 10 months. Thank you so much, Adrian, for that. And then moving from a 9 to 5 job to a full-time agency. Also like a plan to shift towards a business channel rather than focusing solely. Thank you so much. I like that plan as well. It's just something that I probably have more insights in rather than SEO, because there's so many SEO experts out there. Like, I'm not looking to compete with them. I just want to document my business journey and look back on how far I've come once I've reached my goal, I guess, in however many years. So here's a few questions. Okay, so did you start off doing everything yourself, or did you have help from a virtual assistant, designer, or web developer? I started doing everything myself. So what I did was my very first client, I rebuilt their website using Elementor, and using like a template from ThemeForest, and then I wrote the articles myself as well by using ChatGPT. Um, and the first team member that I sort of contracted out to would probably be the web developer, because it was taking up too much time building websites. And so that was the first sort of team member that I had joined on board, and he's still working with me today. How did you balance your demanding job as a lawyer with starting and growing your agency? So, um, yeah, so I didn't actually quit my job and then start the business. I started the business as a side hustle. Um, when I was still working full time. So how did I balance that out? It was pretty hard to balance out because my 9 to 5 was taken up by the job. So between, let's just say, 9 to 5, yeah, between 9 to 5, I'll be working my full time job, and then before 9 o'clock, I'll be doing whatever I can on my laptop, either on the train to the office, or if I was at home, I'll just wake up at like 5 a.m. and just do the work. And then after work, after 5 p.m., if I was on the train back home, I'll bring up my laptop and do more work. And then I'll do more work until maybe like 8, 9 p.m. every day. And then on the weekends, it was brutal as well, because I'll be writing articles, and um, I'll be writing articles from like 5 a.m. to like 2 a.m. the next day. Obviously, I have breaks in the middle. So it was pretty demanding and it was pretty tough. And there was no balance actually at all. So it was just me justifying me doing this, knowing that I will have to, I need to get better. I need to put in the reps. So I have to do it. I just have to do it. So that's how I balanced my job as a lawyer with starting and growing my agency. And then once I stopped being a lawyer and this went 100% into my agency, it just things got a little bit easier. I just had more time to do things, and I didn't have to think about um, uh, this secondary goal of trying to keep my job and doing a good job there. Question 3, did you already have SEO/marketing knowledge, or did you learn as you went? Alternatively, did you have someone with extensive SEO experience on your team? I certainly did not have anyone with any extensive SEO experience on my team when I first started out. I did have a little bit of marketing knowledge because before I started my agency, even when I was a lawyer, my partner and I, we were running other businesses. So the most recent business before my SEO agency was a DIY bubble tea kit business called Gimme Bubble Tea. Let me just, the website is gone, but maybe it still exists somewhere on Google. Yeah, the Etsy's still there, and there's an Oz Bargain post. That's where I got most of my marketing knowledge. Not that I had much, but we had our own website selling do-it-yourself bubble tea kits, and we started this during COVID, and it required us to do some marketing for it. And so I actually did some Facebook ads to bring business to Gimme Bubble Tea, and in terms of SEO, I try to write like some blog articles, but I didn't really focus on it because it took too much time, and it was just, yeah, SEO was just some complete mystery to me. So I mostly learnt it by myself as I went along when I was doing SEO. So when I was working with my first client, I was writing blog articles. I was seeing what should I include in these blog articles. How do I structure them? What's H2? What's H3? What's meta title? What's what you know, uh, how do I structure the actual blog article template? The single blog post template. What kind of information do I need? Do I need to include the author in there? Do I need to include a, a table of contents in the blog post? All that stuff I was learning along the way, which is probably why a lot of the articles I did write in the beginning just is certainly not as good as now. So yeah. And then the last question is on the video about content creation that you're working on. I'm curious how much of the process is automated and which tasks are handled by AI versus writers or editors. So you saw the video today. So most of it is automated in the sense that the actual writing of the content is mostly automated. The research, the initial research of what resources to use, that is manual because we need to use our brain to sort of read everything and see what's relevant or not. I don't trust the Googling feature of any AI tools. Even MindPal has its own search Google feature to get what it thinks is relevant search results, but I don't trust it. Most times it just doesn't really bring up very good search results. So we do them researching manually, and then we do the improvements to each draft of the topic. We do that manually as well, in the sense that we just copy paste that into Merlin, and then paste in the prompt, and then get the revised topic, and then paste it into NeuroWriter. So that's manual. And then the last manual bit is I have a VA now who uploads those articles from NeuroWriter into WordPress, and then also manually inserting these call to actions in between each of the in between each of the let me show you. Corestone.com. We go to insights. We go to one of their most recent blog posts. So inserting these call to action blocks in the middle of the article, that's done manually as well. But in terms of the actual article running process, that's not really involved. So yeah, thanks so much, Adrian, for watching the video. And yeah, this video is so long. I didn't expect it to be this long. So sorry, guys. Hopefully tomorrow's video will be shorter. And tell me what else you think I should cover. Tomorrow's video will be on my lifetime deal tech stack, and obviously my next business insight / learning that I have that day. Yeah, but thanks so much, guys, for watching, and see you in the next one.